So if your home is like mine, you have one of the appliances, kind of like this, stove tops, where the decals come out. They fade away after some time. You're then forced to buy the decals, the replacement decal. And I have pre-cleaned, gotten this pre-cleaned, taken the old decals off. So what we're gonna do now is show you how to put them back on. And we'll go step by step. All right, here we go. So what I've gone ahead and done is kind of lined up, just for the video purposes, what the stove looks like. If you can see, this Viking, it's kind of worn out, the Viking logo. And what we're going to do is see if we can put that on first, and then these directions kind of also show what to follow and how to follow that according to the dial. So we're gonna work through these, but we're gonna start with the logo first. So what you wanna make sure of first is that this is completely cleaned, wiped off, no oils, no grime, and it's completely clean and dry. So we wanna make sure of that. Use a soft cloth to confirm, there are no oils or anything. And then we have our decal right here, and we're gonna slowly lift. We wanna make sure this sticks, it stays on the transparent part of it. We're gonna try to line that up the best possible. And what we want to do is let this sit for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, it's kind of adhered there. And we're going to let that sit for another 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, so I have found a little flaw just in my range, so I'm not sure if it's going to be the same for others, but just in case you have the same situation as I do, I'd like to show you what I'm doing. I actually have to, it's not as perfect, but it will have to do. So I'm gonna see if I can move this a little bit closer so you can see. So initially we assumed these knobs, if you can see it, was not going to protrude. So it's protruding, and the provided decal paper does not have room for access to that. So I had to do a makeshift. So this is a makeshift, kind of hole I made. Initially, I was just thinking only about these protruding, I don't know what to call them, but the knobs where the covers go over, right? It goes right here. So what I had purchased was like a hole punch. I purchased a hole punch, but the hole punch would only provide just the middle section. And then I saw, wait, there's this rounded rubber area. So we actually needed a larger hole. So I got one of my old cutting boards. You can see it's used up, and so I don't really use it all the time. So if you have a cutting board, it's probably easier. And one of these box cutters, and kind of give yourself an identifying mark to know where to start kind of tearing from, and then make the circle. Okay, so I have these all pre-cut, laid out. We'll see if we can go ahead and... So when you're peeling this off, you want to be careful. So if you see that doesn't lay, we want it to go on the clear. Be careful so we can capture all the decals. You see that? You got everything. Now the placement. And again, we want this to stay on for at least 10 to 15 minutes so it adheres as strongly as possible. Remember I said earlier, make sure that it's clean. The surface is clean, oil-free, grime-free. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this. We're gonna repeat this with the rest of these. So if you go back to the previous shot, you'll notice that I did not pay attention. This sticker is showing for burner, this smaller burner, and that is incorrect. So when I attempted to pull it off, before I pull it off, notice I haven't taken the other ones off. You want to make sure that the sticker is aligned in the right location. So if you have one of these razor scrapers, you can just go ahead and use that to lift it up. Okay, so from the dealer I purchased this from, he provided extra decal, and I suspect this is probably not the first time it happened. So when you're ordering, make sure you have extra stickers, okay? And then again, try to use like the razor scraper, okay? All right, showing everything, mistakes and all. Okay, so I have pre-cut the holes in the correct burner settings. So this burner is for that. This burner is for that. This is the middle. This one, as suggested, is for that, and that is for that. So you want to make sure when you're putting these on, you note where the darker circles are in accordance with where the settings would go for the decal. All right, here we go. Okay, it's been a little bit, about 10 or 15 minutes. I've gone ahead and adhered the stickers for these ones. For the Viking, what we're gonna do, I lifted it up a little bit to ensure this part can fit. So what you wanna do is kind of peel back, almost like a roll, like a slow roll. And there you have it. You can see that. And again, we're gonna let the rest of them sit for another 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll see what the finished product looks like. And now we're going to start with this first one. Again, remember when you're peeling it off, you want to give it kind of a roll rather than a pull. Let's see how we're doing. This first half off, just so far so good. And that's it. Great job.